Hi everyone, Luke here from Camplify, and today I'm joined by Justin, our CEO, to help answer a few questions we've had about the exciting new changes to our membership program. Justin, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you could sort of help summarize kind of what the changes are and kind of how we got here.
Yeah, thanks, Luke, and hi to all of our wonderful customers. Thank you for being great supporters of ours. I guess we sort of got to where we are because we want to make a better product for customers. Really, our primary product that we're talking about today is premium membership. We started premium membership way back in around 2017. What we did in the formulation of that premium membership effectively was go and talk to a bunch of insurers and look at how we could create a product to be able to protect our customers. We found that customers who wanted insurance were really limited in the market by who could provide that cover. And so what we did was effectively go to insurers and create a group policy where customers could become members of Camplify, and then their vehicles were protected while they were using the platform. And in premium member case also then would cover them for personal usage of that vehicle as part of that process. So I guess the problem with that is that we were really working with insurers on an existing policy that was created. We're too small to actually create our own policy. And we were kind of working inside of some frameworks that, insurers had for those policies. And in many cases, they were very restrictive in terms of what we could do. And so what we needed to do was actually have a good review of that whole process and what our customers really needed. And I think one of the risks that we identified was that there were certain things that our customers wanted that they were telling us that they'd like in the cover that we knew were quite painful and that we really couldn't solve those, and that we had really no control over the policy and no control over the whole process. So, we're working with insurers on claims processes, and we found that there was problems in that, and we really had no influence over their decision making. And so that was a real problem that we've seen in the process. And we really wanted to have better control, offer a better product for customers, provide better coverage, and make sure that we had a long-term solution for our customers. So to solve all those problems, what we've done is to create a captive insurance-backed mutual. And so we've created a mutual that everyone can subscribe to. It is a discretionary mutual, and our customers become members of that mutual to allow us to administer a pool of cover. And then we have our captive-backed insurance, which is backed by reinsurance, to be able to provide the backing for that mutual in terms of the protection that we need. So, we're effectively replacing that Camplify promise now with this protection through the formulation of the MyWay discretionary mutual and the captive insurer that sits behind that.
So, Justin, you've kind of mentioned the mutual there. Perhaps you kind of explain to customers that might not be familiar with mutuals and how they work, how it will work and how it will work for our customers.
Yeah, correct. So the discretionary mutual has been established, and discretionary mutuals are set up to be able to provide members with a level of protection, and they effectively enable members to pool together to be able to create a risk pool and get protection that in many cases are not standardised in general insurance. So discretionary mutuals are like an alternative to insurance. And they're backed by a governance system that allows us to ensure that we are operating in line with the standards that we set for our customers, and also through the PDS that we've created, along with the governance-backed documentation that we've created, along with the mutual. They're quite common in Australia. They operate in unique situations. And they allow us to be able to get protection for customers that, in some cases is a bit left of field. In our case, that's the rental situation. So discretionary mutuals allow users to be able to provide that right protection and to write a PDS that actually lines up with what our customers need. And then they're backed by the captive insurance provider that we've worked with to be able to set this up in this regard, so that we have the right level of risk protection and our customers have the right level of protection that they need to be able to both use the vehicle from a personal perspective, be covered as individual members, and then obviously rent through the platform as well. So the really good thing about discretionary mutuals is that we're able to actually create the right decision making and the right level of cover for our customers through the formulation of that protection. So it's something that we've really looked very hard at. We've had industry best experts come in and review what we've been doing and provide us with advice around this. It's been a long process to actually get to this point. And we do feel as though the discretionary mutual has the ability to operate in the best interests of our members. The really positive part about the operation of a discretionary mutual is that we have the ability to operate that mutual in the way that our customers need their claims to be looked at. So if there's a claim that we want to review in line with the PDS, then the board has the discretion to be able to make decisions to pay that claim, for example, if we feel as though that's in the best interests of our members. Our members also have the ability to have their claim reviewed by the board if they feel that it doesn't fit into the normal process and that it didn't follow the standards that it should operate around that claims process. So the idea is that we have a shared purpose altogether, and that is to have that pool of risk, to be able to have people have cover for personal usage and for rental. And that's really why we've created this environment.
That's awesome. Thanks, Justin. Obviously, we've already created and shared the PDS with you, our customers. There's obviously a lot of exciting new kind of benefits in there. Do you want to perhaps go through some of those sort of ways that the PDS is different to the Promise?
Yeah, look, rather than go line by line, what we've actually done is created the table for you so you can compare the Camplify Promise and the new PDS that the mutual is providing. So all of those individual changes, you'll be able to look through the detail around that. One of the best things about the mutual is that we've been able to listen to customers and hear, what is it that you really need. So, two of the examples that customers have asked us for in the last couple of years have been, like income protection insurance if we have, damages to the vehicle and it can't go out and rent. But one of the other big ones, particularly in Australia, has been public liability. So we've actually been able to include public liability into the premium membership now. So that's a really great win for our customers. It means that they'll no longer have to have the requirement that we used to go out and get their own individual public liability. That we'll actually be able to provide that through the mutual. And I guess we're looking at more and more about whatever the other things that we can provide for customers around coverage in particular. But also it's more than that. It's about creating real member value for customers. So, as part of that, we've been able to go out and get a bunch of added benefits to that mutual as well.
Yeah, I'll jump in there. So, as Justin said, alongside the protection benefits that we have from the MyWay Protect PDS, we've also gone out and sourced a load of new membership benefits with a brand new membership portal that was going to be, full details will come out on May the 1st, but effectively there's a new portal for you to access hundreds of offers and discounts at partners and brands around Australia and New Zealand. So this ranges from discounts at Woolies and Coles to tyres, accounts and tax services. There's a Stratton Finance offer if you're looking to sort of, expand your fleet. So all the way to things like Dan Murphy's. So there's a really good range of offers and benefits in this portal that it's a super exciting new step for premium membership.
Absolutely, Luke, and it's something that we're also looking to expand. So, we're looking at particularly New Zealand as well, and expanding some more offers there. But it's something we want to build and create more discounts and more value for customers through the platform. And I guess if customers have a business or have a relationship with a business that you think we should be looking at and offering a discount for, we're happy to review that and potentially create an offer through that portal as well. So there's lots of opportunities around that.
And alongside this as well, so we've obviously got that new membership portal that you'll access through your Camplify dashboard, but we've also got some offline benefit as well by partnering with the CMCA and giving you a free membership to the Campervan and Motorhome Association of Australia. And as part of that membership, you also get offers a whole another range of different services and brands, but also exclusive and discounted rates at a huge network of campsites as well, which is super exciting.
Yeah, they're a really great organisation. We've been working with them for a long time. I think our original booth that we had at the very first Sydney show was next door to each other. And they have some amazing resources, particularly around training and road safety, that we think will add a really important step for customers, and also then allow you to share those with your customers who are hiring your van out. So there's some really great offers and inclusions that club has that you'll get access to as soon as this new mutual kicks off.
And as Justin said, a lot of this is quite Australian focused at the moment, but we're working diligently to kind of bring similar kind of benefits and offers to our New Zealand members as well. Thanks for that so far, Justin. I think it'd be good for us to kind of dive in now to a few of the questions that you guys have submitted to us. We've sort of been through those and reviewed those. And I think the sort of main one that came back was, well, this all sounds great, but what is going to happen to our membership pricing? So I'll sort of jump in here straight away. From May the 1st, there will be a completely new pricing structure that will go live for new memberships signing up. But also on May the 1st, all of our existing premium members will receive an email with details of their new membership price or their change. And that email will include the details of the price, the level of protection in terms of the market value, but also the date of the change. So for our members that are within their first 12 months or they pay annually, that scheduled change will be at your, when that term is up, at that renewal date. But those members that are on a rolling sort of agreement with Camplify and beyond their initial 12 months, that change will take place from June the 1st. So all details of that will be included in your May the 1st email. I think it's really important as well when you get those emails to take that opportunity to make sure you've got the right level of protection. If you need to change, in terms of your market value has changed over the years or something like that, it's a really good point to kind of review that and work with us to make sure you're on the right level of protection.
So let's just have a circle back on that, Luke, make sure that we all understand. So if I have a van on the platform on the 1st of May, I'll get a quote for what that new pricing will look like, depending on what pricing category I'm in now. I've then got until the 1st of June to accept that price. However, if I've just recently signed up, say I signed up 2 months ago, then my pricing won't change until my anniversary date from that 12 months. But if I'm an existing customer who's been around for a while and I'm just on a rolling contract, then it'll start to kick in from the 1st of June. But if I've paid yearly in advance, then there won't be any change to my pricing until my yearly renewal's up. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah. And you also still get all those benefits that we've discussed. So the access to the mutual, but also those the membership portal and things like that. That all will go live from May the 1st.
Okay, so from May 1, as long as I subscribe to the mutual, then I'm protected from that date, and then I can make a decision around what I want to do before the 1st of June in that interim period as that starts to kick in.
Correct. Yeah.
Great. Okay. And I do think, it's important for members to note that we've had a really good look at the pricing strategy, and we've looked at brackets and risk factors and vehicle types and you name it. And so, there isn't one standardized pricing change that happens. It's really based on a lot of different factors, and that's why we've had to create, an individual quote that will go out to each of our customers.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin. We'll sort of move on to the next question. A lot of you sort of came in as well and had noticed in the PDS there was a note saying about the 10K Camplify excess. So hopefully you could clear that up.
Yeah, for sure. So the 10K excess has actually been in place with Camplify for around 4 years. So Camplify has actually taken on the responsibility of the first $10,000 worth of damage from a hirer for some time. So that policy agreement that was in place from the previous insurer will essentially just remain. There's no change to that. Whereas Camplify is still responsible for that. Camplify has different levels of hirer coverage that they can choose from their protection perspective, so that they can reduce that risk down. And it's really the responsibility of Camplify to manage that waiver, and then to be able to collect that funds and take on that risk. So essentially, there's really no change from what was previously happening.
Awesome. So the next question we had was around additional drivers and the changes to that process.
Yeah, so that was also one of the things that we looked at in the Camplify promise. It was kind of broad and more in line with the insurer that we were working with's policy. So what we've tried to do is to create something that is a little bit simpler. So effectively what we've done is said that you and your immediate family are covered. So if your partner, your wife, your kids, whatever it may be, want to lend the van or use the van when they're as a driver, then they're instantly covered. All we want to know about is that if you lend the van to someone outside of your immediate family, and what we basically ask you to do is to put that through the system so that we have the information on that driver, who it is, and etc., so that we can make sure that we've got good documentation around it.
Yeah, nice. It's also probably worth noting as well for our managed service providers and our fleet operators, you can also allow people to move your RV for you if it's in relation to a booking on the Camplify platform. So if you've got people that work for you that are moving your vans around your yard or even delivering RVs on a sort of delivery booking, and that would also be covered under this policy.
Yeah, we also had a really specific question that came through around co-driving, and if you're allowing someone else to drive the van while you're also in the van. If that person is not part of your immediate family, then it may be that that's a slight gap in the policy. I think the great thing about, once again, the mutual is that it is discretionary. So if you highlight that to us, and the mutual board can tick that off before you go on your trip. But it's also something that if we feel as though that is a big gap that we do need to change the policy wording, that we can go and review those kind of things and make a decision around whether that should be included in the policy. So we've got a lot more control and freedom for customers around this.
Thanks, Justin. And probably the last big question is sort of what are the next steps and what do our customers need to do now?
Yeah, so you need to become a member of that mutual. It's the very first thing that you need to do in order to have that protection from the 1st of May, because effectively the Camplify promise ends at the end of this month. You're not committed, as I mentioned before, to the long-term price rise. You can elect to opt out of that if that's something you want to do. But becoming a member of the mutual enables you to have that protection in place from the 1st of May. So it's important that you do that. And then once again, you've got up until that price rise kicks in the 1st of June. If you want to go off and get your own coverage, then we can look at that and terminate your membership with the mutual. If you're happy with the price changes and any of the other changes that we've outlined, then you just continue on and with the acceptance of that as normal and accept your quote and away you go to be able to continue that coverage through the MyWay protection.
And obviously just sort of the logistics of that as well. So the way you sort of join that mutual is there's a sort of takeover screen on your dashboard and you just click join from there. It has all the information that you can review. We do know that a lot of our owners primarily use the app to manage their Camplify sort of business. There has already been a notification on the app to take you to the dashboard, but if you don't see that, just log into your dashboard as normal and just click to join from there. And then again, there'll be a large prompt on May the 1st as well. So just follow the steps from there. One actual final question that we have had that would probably be good to answer. I know a number of owners had noticed in the PDS there were some references to some new membership types and tiers. So Justin, could you sort of clarify that?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we really have 2 levels of members. We have flexible. So if your vehicle is rented out through the platform, then you're covered for a daily rate for rental coverage. And we have premium membership. So premium membership gives you unlimited rentals and also provides your vehicle for that personal usage as well. So firstly, I guess premium membership doesn't change. That's maintained in the current model that we have. Obviously, there's the additional benefits that we discussed. We now have this concept of personal membership as well. So if you want to have your vehicle on the platform, you want to be able to have the flexibility to rent it out through that flexible daily rate that we spoke about, then the MyWay Mutual can also now provide the personal protection for your vehicle when you want to use it yourself as well. So that's an additional level that we've never had before that we've introduced. We also then have a new level which is called Fleet, which is something that we're looking to finalise and bring out in the not too distant future. And that will be focused on businesses with larger rental fleets. So there'll be some specific things in there for those customers. And so that really formulates those 3 different levels that we will have.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Justin, and for everyone out there. We really hope some of these questions has helped clarify these sort of points. As always, please do reach out to the team if anything else doesn't make sense or you want to talk through any questions any further. But just a reminder, stand by for May 1st for all the information. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.